Snow is heading our way, along with some Arctic air, according to AccuWeather. In fact, during the upcoming holiday season, the temperatures in Shenandoah Valley is expected to dip as low as 13 degrees. What does that mean for the homeless? Deborah Freeman-Belle is the executive director of Waynesboro Area Refuge Ministry.
Waynesboro Area Refuge Ministry, also known as WARM, is a homeless services provider here, primarily in Waynesboro and Augusta County. We provide shelter and support through 3 programs. We have a winter cold weather shelter, transitional housing facility, and then also community outreach.
WARM serves more than 200 people, including children, every year.
Those are community members, and our council needs to remain aware that there are literally people struggling to put food on the table, to pay their rent, to pay doctor bills. People have to make hard choices.
Freeman-Belle says she's uncomfortable with the perception people have about homelessness.
And there's a lot of stigma about homelessness, and there's a lot of assumptions. So I always like to correct people's assumptions. So for example, the night that I was at City Council, we had opened a white flag overnight shelter due to the temperatures falling under 20 degrees. And the majority of the people who were there to sleep that night on the floor with bedding and matting were working or had Social Security income. They were not people who were just looking for a handout. They are literally people who need a hand up in our community.
Recently, she went before the Waynesboro City Council, and the council presented her with a proclamation stating the city supports WARM.
Make the council members aware of November 16th through 24th being National Homelessness and Hunger Awareness Week. And then also to talk to them specifically about the needs in our community, the work that our regional homeless response system has been doing over the last year, and as well as the action steps that we need them to be a part of in the future.
Bobby Henderson is Waynesboro's vice mayor.
What's important to our community, because we have homeless within our community, and Deborah and her organization are very instrumental in giving these people places to stay. It saddens me to think that somebody's homeless to begin with, but it also warms my heart to know that we have an organization like WARM in our community that gives them love, support, and guidance in what they need to do.
The city continues to feel the negative impact of large companies, such as DuPont closing its doors, leaving significant part of Waynesboro economy below poverty level.
Our community has changed over the years, and a lot of people talk about how the landscape of our local community has changed, and in a lot of ways it's unfortunate. In a lot of ways there are things that are outside of control of our leaders and outside of the control of community members. The industry changes, the wages change. Those aren't things we can control, but we can control our response. And when you have a community that 42% of the members are either living under the poverty level or have limited income and limited asset and resources to maintain, that becomes an important conversation, and we wanted to make sure that we highlighted it and continued the conversation with City Council.
She says the frigid cold weather last week, when the temperature dipped as low as 18 degrees, forced her to open the shelter before schedule.
To be honest, we still are strategizing how to manage our upcoming 20-week shelter season. Most people don't know that there is an expense to having such a type of program, and it ranges from $2,000 to $2,500 a week in additional costs for us to operate within our requirements from the state level down. That cost is important, and it's something that we work on to make sure that we meet so that we are providing a compassionate and professional and experienced response to people experiencing homelessness. But it is also a challenge.
She says there are a variety of reasons why people have found themselves out in the cold.
The fact for me is that there's a need, and there needs to be a response to that need. And if we hold people's past decisions over their head, then we're playing judge and jury for a situation that we don't have all the information for. And to be honest, I can't say if I had some of the histories or mental illnesses or needs that some of our clients have, and I was in a tent, sleeping day in, day out in the rain and in the weather, I can't promise you I wouldn't be drunk either.
In Waynesboro, Elainme Rackley for Breaking Through News.